Hello friends, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I'm an English teacher. In this video I have come up with I Shall Return to This Bengal by Jibananda. So first, let me tell you about the poet Jibananda. Jibananda was an Indian poet, writer, novelist and essayist in the Bengali language. He was born on 17 February 1899 in a small district town of Barisal in West Bengal. He was popularly called Rupashi Banglar Kabi, meaning poet of beautiful Bengal. He is the most read poet in Bangladesh and West Bengal after Rabindranath Tagore and Qazi Nazrul Islam. He is acknowledged as one of the greatest poets in the Bengali language. Das wrote 21 novels and 108 short stories. His notable works include Ruposhi Bangla, Banalata Sen, Mahaprithvi, Shesht Kavita. His early poems show the influence of Qazi Nazrul Islam, but later his influence became one of the major factors in the making of Bengali poetry. Das received Rabindra Memorial Award for Banalata Sen in 1953 at All Bengal Rabindra Literature Convention. His Shresht Kavita won the Sahitya Academy Award in 1955. His short story Sundar Jiban, produced by Satyajit Roy, won the National Film Award for Best Short Fiction Film at the 50th National Film Awards. Das died on 22nd October 1954 after being hit by a tram car. During his lifetime, Jibananda remained solely a poet who occasionally wrote literary articles. His stories are largely autobiographical. While he was deep into poetry mostly, he allowed it to be brought into his fiction. His fictional works are based more on dialogues than description. His essays carry a heavy prose style that expressed complex analytical statements. As a result, his prose was very compact, containing profound messages in a relatively short space. In this poem, I Shall Return to This Bengal, he expresses his wish to return to Bengal when he dies and is born again to a new life. His native land Bengal has blessed him with profound sense of fulfillment, and in death too he desires to be born again in the same place. The charming and beautiful landscape of Bengal has shaped his poetic sensibility. He invokes the ethos of Indian culture and considers this Bengal as a land where emotional bonds last through many births. His mode is more spiritual rather than a material one. When the poet says that he will not return as a man, he means to say that he longs to be one with nature in its undisturbed charm and raw innocence. Now, coming to the poem, first I will read out the lines and then I will come up with the explanation. Fine, here I begin. I shall return to this Bengal, to the Dhansiri's bank, perhaps not as a man, but myna or fishing kite, or dawn crow, floating on the mist's bosom to alight in the shade of this jackfruit tree, in this autumn harvest land. Now the explanation. As the poem opens, the poet Jibananda expresses his profound longing to return to his native land Bengal to feel the beauty of nature. He speaks of Dhansiri river's bank. Employing a poetic figurative expression, he says that he will not return possibly as a man, but as a bird, a myna or a tool, a fishing kite that is used to attract fish. Further, he says that he would like to return as an early morning crow that flies through the mist and comes down to rest in the shade of the jackfruit tree, where he is sitting now in the autumn season, when it is time to harvest the land. Now, The text goes, or maybe a duck, a young girl's bells on my red feet, drifting on culmy scented waters all the day. For love of Bengal's rivers, fields, crops, I'll come this way to this green shore of Bengal, drenched by Jalangi's waves. Now the explanation. His mind keeps shifting when he switches over to come to this land as a duck moving on the culmy scented water all day, or a young girl's bells on his colored red feet. His deep love for Bengal is expressed through its rivers, fields, crops, and the green shores drenched by the waves of Jalangi River in Bengal. Now the text. Perhaps you will see a glass fly ride the evening breeze, or hear a barn owl call from the silk cotton tree. A little child toss rice grains on the courtyard grass, or a boy on the Rupsa's turgid stream steer a dinghy with torn white sail. White egrets swimming through red clouds to their home in the dark, you will find me among their crowd. Now, coming to the explanation. Now the poet addresses the reader when he says that one could see a glass fly moving around through the evening breeze, or hear the barn owls, the aggressive birds, calling from the silk cotton tree. A little child tossing rice grains on the courtyard grass, or a boy steering a small boat, a dinghy, with torn white sail on the ever-flowing Rupsa, the river, or egrets, the large white birds with long legs swimming back to their homes through the reflection of red clouds in rivers. The poet says that one could find him among them when they all are returning home when darkness falls. The poet gives a vivid picture of Bengal with its colorful, live and lovely ambience. He points to the green fields, crops, birds, rivers, and the magical landscape of the land. Through his poem, the poet freely expresses the beauty and rhythm of pulsating life in nature in Bengal. So friends, here I come to the end of the poem with its explanation, and if you choose to subscribe to my channel, I promise that I'll be coming up with fine videos for you from time to time. Thank you.